So this is officially next week. No, it's vlog number 2 for Luffle. So last week, obviously, I talked about oh ooh. And then there was the next bit that I couldn't do. Well, now I am proud to say I've spent all week working on it. I was literally just watching the same video and figuring out how to do it, and I can now do the and then so yeah, I have officially learned the full song. I believe last week I was talking about how I looked at the song, and when I first looked at it, obviously I missed that recording. But I looked at the song, and at first listen, I thought it was gonna differ more throughout the song. But then looking at the song and listening to it closer, literally it's just the same thing, but like, so it's the same patterns and the same chords and in the same order, but you just sort of like, it slightly changes at points. It'll come in slightly earlier, or it'll come in later, or it'll skip a bit, or it'll add a new bit on the end. And so yeah, it's not really like, I don't know how to say it any other way, but it's like, it's not a very difficult song. And I'm sort of grateful because as far as like time goes, I've got, a bit of time left, and I get to just chill for a bit and not worry about this song because I know it now, so I can just sit and like play along with it, obviously, and practice it. But yeah, it's like, it's gonna hopefully go well when it comes to recording day because I've put a lot of effort into it. I was smart. I got all my resources straight away from the first day of listening to it. And then I was like, okay, well, I'm going to focus on these bits first, get the easy stuff out of the way, and then focus on harder stuff. And so I've done it in a really good way. And I broke it down into chunks and then sort of pieced it all back together. And, now I'm thanking myself for it because I've given myself so much more time to prepare. And so, yeah, I mean, I could have done it other ways. I could have made it more difficult. I could have maybe, like, embellished parts more. But I think part of it is the fact that the grade, it relies on you being true to the style of music that you're playing. So I could, like, really over-embellish it. But then it would read more as jazz than, like, pop, funk type music. So, like, yeah, I just don't want to stray too far from the original. And I want to try and keep it as close to the original as possible because obviously that is the aim of the game when it comes to session styles. So I think I've approached it in a really pragmatic way. I've approached it in like a very like problem solving mindset, and I think it may be because it's the third, like, it may be because I've done 2 songs now and I get the gist of how it goes, but I feel like the process has just become so much easier on this third attempt. It's like I'm so much more prepped and planned, um, and so yeah, it's really going well, and I'm not struggling for time. I'm confident, and I get the feeling that this could be a good grade piece. Because, like I say, I've already learned all the main bits of it. I've learned all the stuff that's important, and now it's just like really ironing out the creases. So between now and recording day, really, all I'm going to be doing is playing along to the song, trying to iron out any creases, trying to make it as smooth and as cool as I possibly can. The only slight issue that I could have from now up until the recording date to smooth out might be my rhythm, because there's like a weird in between where, you know, when something is so boring that it's like, or so mundane, and you've done it so frequently that you just like, you do it automatically, you don't have to think about it. And then there's also like where you actively have to think about it, and so you do it in a precise way. Well, sometimes I have a tendency to slip in between those. And so then what happens is I become aware of the fact that I'm like supposed to be playing when I've already been doing it subconsciously. I then slip into like, oh yeah, I'm playing, so I need to play, and then I get all tripped up on what I'm doing, and it sort of throws off my rhythm slightly. Um, and so I feel like with a bit of practice I can smooth that out. But we'll see when it comes to recording day if that is the case or not. But yeah, so the plan from now until recording day is just to practice it, and then we'll see if the results speak for themselves.